All right, in this video, I'm going to explain exactly and specifically how I pulled myself out of rut at UCLA because I was stuck at 2.0 GPA. And after a while, after working on a few things here and there and doing things a little bit differently, I ended up with 3.7 GPA and I've been graduated in just 3 years at UCLA, which is number one public university in the nation. Okay, now just for some background. Again, I was stuck at 2.2, failing classes and everything, right? And now, after a while, after working on a few things, I was getting 3.7, 3.8, 3.6, 3.6, so on and so forth. Okay. Now, I'm going to break down like each and everything like specifically. Okay. So this is before I went through this whole transformation. Okay. Now, before my one of the bad habits that I had was procrastination, right? Now, in this case, when I say procrastinating, I'm not necessarily just talking about procrastinating on your homework assignments or procrastinating on your studies and everything. That's like the basic procrastination that you could have. I mean, a lot of you probably have this already, right? Just procrastinating on your assignments, procrastinating to study, whatever that is, right? But once you start procrastinating on schoolwork, like those little tasks, right? It becomes bigger and it becomes worse and it starts negatively affecting your life, like as in working out, relationships, like whatever. Even I've had a few people who come to me in my coaching program and they were telling me that, hey, I was procrastinating, and I ended up missing deadlines for my internships, right? It becomes bigger and bigger as you go. And if you just let it just happen to you, just if you just keep on procrastinating, right? It's not just about the school at this point, it's about your life and your career. So you have to cut it before it becomes so much bigger. Okay. Now, waking up late. Now, more specifically, waking up all over the place, right? I wasn't just waking up late, right? Late could really mean a lot of stuff, right? Waking up at 9 or 10, 11, or at noon, whatever that might be, right? But for me, I was waking up all over the place, meaning sometimes I was waking up 7 a.m., sometimes I was waking up at 10 a.m., sometimes I was waking up at like super early, like at 4 a.m. in the morning, sometimes I was waking up at like 8 a.m., like whatever, right? It was just all over the place. Just because I didn't have any morning classes that day, I just slept in. Next day, I had like early morning classes. I had to wake up early. Like I was all over the place, meaning my productivity, my energy level, my brain power were also all over the place. And that is a trouble. And that is not a good thing. You want to stay consistent with it. You want to really have that disciplined sleep routine. This way, your productivity, when you're studying, you have that energy, really that focus level, right? Now, and with that, I was just really mediocre in every area of my life, working out, mindset. I didn't have any hobbies. I was always disappointed in my parents, like so on and so forth. And at some point, after doing that for like a couple months and like a quarter or two at UCLA, I was thinking to myself, I mean, I can't do this anymore. That's not the reason why I came all the way to UCLA, this big school and this good school, just to stay mediocre, just to make nothing happen, just to make my parents disappointed, just to waste my time, just to kind of go with the flow, just to have fun. That's not the reason why I came to UCLA, right? I came here to make something happen. My parents invested in myself and my future, and I had to really make something happen. You guys probably noticed already, but again, the excuses come up. Motivation issue. It's not too urgent right now. I'm not too late. I still have time. All this, all this kind of BS excuses come up in your mind, and that's what's holding you back essentially. Right? You're being mediocre. You're just getting by. You should stop procrastinating. You should really fix your sleep routine at this point. But again, those excuses kick in. I have a lot of time. I'm still a freshman. I'm still sophomore. I still got time. And that's how you stay mediocre. And that's how you become more and more mediocre as you go. And as you know, time goes fast. Okay. I mean, you do have a lot of time if you're especially a freshman, but time goes fast. That 4 years or 5 years in college, that just goes super fast. Okay. So that's how I was living my life back at UCLA, my first year, basically. Okay. Now, after a while, I had that realization that I thought I really had to change things up, right? Now, before I move to the after, like what happened and through what kind of factors and what things that I really worked on, before I do that, right? Again, these are things that I had: procrastinating, waking up late, being mediocre, having poor grades, so on and so forth, right? More onto that, right? The results of having these bad habits and bad results were I was just burning out. Okay. I had no free time. I had no quality in my life, no career, right? And at that point, and at some point, I was like, yeah, grades don't matter. College is a scam. Like I was saying all that kind of like those excuses again, right? College doesn't matter. I just have to pass the classes. The grades don't matter. The grades are not going to get me success or anything like that. I mean, yes, 4.0 GPA or whatever, those straight A's or whatever, they are not necessarily going to guarantee you, the success that you're looking for, right? But the work ethic carries on, right? If you can't even stay focused, if you can't even finish the given work like assignments or homeworks or exams, if you can't even finish those, like what else can you do really? If you can't even stay focused in your sleep routine, if you can't even stay consistent attending lectures in real life, like when you're having a job, like when you're in a company that you work for, right? Like how are you going to manage all the tasks, the meetings, or whatever projects, right? The work ethic carries on into your life and into your career. So hence, how you do one thing is how you do absolutely everything. Oh, that's a typo. Yeah, everything. Okay. So it's not at this point, it's not just about the school at this point. It's not just about passing that class. It's not just about the taking that exam and getting an A. No, it's about having the quality of your life, having that good career, having that free time, meaning having that well-rounded balance among everything. Like the thing is that you don't want to study like so much. And at the same time, you don't want to put too much time into your life and your career either. You want to have that well-rounded balance, well-distributed balance among career, life, and your school. All right. Now, with that, let's move on. The things that I worked on were mainly time management and productivity. Now you see, I didn't just go for study tips or those hacks or those AI tools or one of those like shortcuts out there. I mean, I could have used those if I were just looking for some short term results, right? I mean, with those studying tools or whatever, like those hacks and tips, right? You could definitely get like A's or B's, like 3.7s or whatever, right? But for me personally, I was looking for some sort of long term and something that I could really sustain and maintain for a long time, right? Because I wasn't just trying to fix my grades at this point. I was also trying to fix my habits, my mindset, my health, my relationships, just really everything overall. Like those lifetime stuff, lifetime skills, not just the grades. And that's exactly why I worked on time management to get my time right, to really take control of my time, right? And productivity. I didn't want to study a lot. I mean, who really wants to study a lot, right? Who wants to burn out by studying a lot? No, I wanted to stay productive, study efficiently and effectively. This way I could study less. And that time saved, that time that I now have by studying less, now I could do something more. Maybe get an internship, maybe work on self projects, maybe even do more hobbies, maybe work out more, relationships, maybe networking, whatever that might be. And that's exactly, again, the why I worked on time management and productivity, like daily habits, scheduling, as opposed to like those study tips or like those one time shortcuts. Okay. Now, this is what happened after. Okay. Now, obviously, good GPA. I was getting A's at this point, like you saw, like above right here, right? Right there, the results and everything 3.8, 3.5, blah, blah, blah. But again, that's not the only thing that I was looking for. This GPA or the grades, those are more like the byproduct of me working on I'm a time management and the productivity, right? And the results of that, I became more consistent, especially with my sleep routine, my daily habits like journaling, maybe even working out. I built more discipline. Now, one thing, this is a little bit tangent, but discipline versus motivation. You have to understand that, right? Discipline is doing things even when you don't feel like it. And that's what life is about, I think, right? In life, I mean, w- when did you feel, when was the last time that you actually felt like that actually you wanted to put the work in when it comes to working out, even studying? Like, when was the last time that you actually were like motivated and happy about doing the work? No, that was discipline. Okay. So motivation is not a real thing. Motivation is more like a temporary feeling that you feel. I mean, yeah, sometimes you feel really motivated to put the work in, but 80, 90% of the time, you're not going to feel like it. Right. And that's when you need the discipline. And that's when you need to really build that discipline. Right. I became more disciplined. And of course, my parents at this point were proud of me because I was on track to graduate in just 3 years. Right. That is, I mean, now I think about it, that is a lot of really big advantage because most people stuck at college for 4 years. I mean, that's like a typical kind of stuff, right? Or even 5 or 6 years. I mean, yes, I get that you're studying more, you're spending more time with your friends or whatever, but that could also mean that you're delaying your life and your career. So graduating early, right, doing things early in the process, right? I mean, there's nothing wrong in graduating in 4 or 5 years. I mean, that's completely fine, obviously, right? But for my case, because I put in the work, I was having meetings regularly with my advisors and everything, right? So I made it happen. Okay, I was taking a few pharma classes and everything, so I made it happen in just 3 years. Okay, now the key the key stuff, the important stuff that I was looking for initially was the balance among my school, my life, and my career. I wasn't just looking at school. I mean, yes, I did want good grades and better grades and everything, but at the same time, I wanted better life quality and also my career because I understood that school was not the end game. That was not the end goal. School is more like a bridge that really just where you just learn the skills and the strategies and systems that you can learn those skills, and that way you can, when you come into real world, your life and your career, you can now utilize those skills and apply those skills to be more successful, right? And I understood that. So I really wanted to have time for everything: my school, life, and career. Okay. And now here I am just really doing my career that I really like, helping students just like yourself and myself, right, become more productive and build time in the system, consulting them, coaching them, and everything, right? So this is how your life can change. Again, notice, like I said, how your life can change. Not just your academics, not just your college life, or not just your school, but your life as a whole, right? This isn't just about the grades at this point. You understand that? Right? This is about your life, discipline, consistency, your parents, your relationships, your mindset, your physique, your health, and everything, really. Okay. So keep that in mind. But yeah, these are the exact process that I went through when I was transforming from, again, 2.0 GPA to 3.7 at UCLA. If you want to work with me directly, just like my 300, 400 other students in my coaching program, just go to my Instagram. That's my Instagram handle, Tom Kim MS. By the way, the MS at the end doesn't really mean anything. Tom Kim was taken already, so that's just, put MS, at the end of it. So yeah, if you're looking to build a system, like a time management system, like a studying system to get 3.5 plus GPA, while, this is the key, while studying less and having more free time and having that well-rounded balance among your school, your life, and your career, go to my Instagram and just DM me the word system through my direct message on Instagram. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I mean, I do have a lot of people reaching out to me on a daily basis. I'll get back to you as soon as possible, and we'll get on a call and we'll talk in details and we'll see how we be able to work this out, and we'll go from there. So thanks for watching, and go ahead and take massive action. Stop procrastinating. Stop waiting for a perfect time.